Hello, I'm back again. Fine to be here.
Just focus. They say they can't hear you, but we're saying that's their problem, not yours. But
oh, yeah.
Get in there, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
They create their own ability to hear.
I have a specific question, because a couple of months ago, I decided to change my career.
Not all at once, it's been coming. You put a lot in the vortex before you felt the impulse to actually take the action.
Yeah.
So how do you know whether you decided to change your career a couple of months ago or longer ago? A more accurate statement is, I've been in the process of this for quite a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
But it feels like a big change, because I changed my...
You know why?
Yeah.
We are really interrupters today. But you're just setting us up for such important points. This subject is about thoughts turning to things. Life experience, knowing what you don't want, causes you to know what you do want. And then lining up with that vibrational vortex gives you the ability to receive. And so thoughts are turning to things. But in the beginning, the things that the thoughts are turning to are emotions and impulses and such. But then it reaches a tipping point where you receive an impulse to act or to do something. And for most of you, that's when it feels most significant. It really isn't any more significant because it's been in the process of becoming. Think of the baby gestating in the womb, and every part of its evolution is important. But what most people talk about is the day you give birth. They don't talk about, well, the day you conceive. They talk about that sometimes too. But there's a whole lot going on that is all essential and important too, and all a progressive thing. Helpful to see it that way, because then you're not putting unnecessary pressure on it bursting out into the open, where you can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch. You can relax in the knowing that it's in good hands and that all is well and that it's in the state of becoming and that it is very powerfully intentioned and that things are lining up and that the cooperative components are all lined up and source energy is all over it and things like that. Feel the ease that gives you and the readiness of expectation.
It's a great explanation, yeah. Because it helps me when you talk like this, because I feel it also this way.
We know that, but we want to put more emphasis on this. We want you all to feel the becoming of things and not make such a big hairy deal out of the bursting into the manifestation. Because if you can understand it as a continuum and feel it as a continuum, then you will have more satisfaction every bit of the journey along the way. And then you won't be like so many humans who are looking for the evidence of it, not seeing the evidence of it, and then finding lack, which slows it all down. Did that make sense? If the whole of it feels good to you, energized to you, significant to you, unfolding to you, clarifying to you, and after all, don't you want your continuing life experiences to continue to put more in the vortex so that it can be more and 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 more, so that when it pops out into the open where you and everyone else can see it, it's fully formed rather than missing some fingers and toes.
Yeah. But at this time, it feels more excited. I feel more excited now.
That's momentum.
So, yeah.
That's you practicing how your inner being feels about this co-creation. When you feel excited, you've tapped into how your inner being feels.
Yeah. Great.
And so,
shall I tell the story, the situation, to explain? Because I have the specific question. Because
if you want to,
because it is also it changed my perspective. I'm becoming a teacher now at this moment. I was 30 years before. I was educated as a teacher, but I didn't work as a teacher, more as a business consultant. And now I'm back again. And I feel also that was the beginning of the process you were telling me now. I became more excited, but when I came into the classroom, into the system of the education, I was quite shocked because I think the whole education system didn't change the last 30, 40 years. When I was a young
we want to tell you something. We want to tell all of you teachers something important. This is stuck in your vibrational craw, and we are eager to shake this loose with you. When it is feeling fun to teach, it's because your student body is drawing through you what they want to know. So if you have interested students, then you are a happy teacher. But if your students are bored and don't care about what you're teaching, so you're trying to do the impossible thing of asserting knowledge into their experience, and they're not in the receptive mode, whole other thing.
Mm-hmm. That's what's happening now.
Whole other thing.
Yeah.
Think about that. When you answer a question that somebody hasn't asked, it's like pushing a noodle. It's not satisfying, and you want to goose them up and get them interested. So you try all kinds of antics to get them interested. But when you have practiced the dance vibrationally and you've attracted the interested students, then it's ecstasy to have experience like this, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It is. But the difficulty is I'm confronted with the students who are very, very, very bored. So it was quite shocking for me to...
Let them create their own reality and don't play to them. Don't look into your student body and play to the bored ones. Look into this body of seekers and let those who want to know call it through you. What's the size of your classroom? You could have 100 people in the classroom and only one interested person. You could have a really good conversation.
Yeah.
And everyone else would benefit. They wouldn't like the interested one very much. But...
Yeah.
So what are we talking about here? We're talking about, it's attraction. This is the conversation that we want to have with all of you. So we're going to say it again. It's attraction. There's no assertion. It's attraction. So you walk into a room and you've prepared yourself. You're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. And because you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, now you own the room. It's Esther's way of saying you're dominant in the vibration, which means because you're tuned to your source energy who has no resistance, then your point of attraction is powerful. So your ability to attract cooperative components is really, really strong. So anyone who has the slightest interest in something is going to be awakened by the power of your attraction. A teacher is not one who asserts information into the students. A teacher is one who is tuned to these powerful understandings and answers and knowings, who is so strong in their attraction power that you are attracting it from them. And they like it when that happens. When you activate pure desire in someone, they like it. They feel enlivened. They feel clarity. They feel connection with the same source energy that you've already connected with. That's the true state of evolution and expansion and what humans want to call learning. But if instead you look at yourself as a teacher with knowledge and students who need the knowledge, and you decide that you're going to be well informed and so you're prepared, and then you stand with the intention of asserting your knowledge to them, you can't control their readiness. You can only control your readiness. And this is the distinction. When you're trying to assert it, now you're more nosy and interested in their readiness. And if they're not ready, then you're offended. But if you understand it's attraction, then their readiness or lack of readiness is irrelevant to you, because your readiness to attract is all that matters. So you're always in the driver's seat. Does that make sense to you?
So, yeah.
Oh, and of course, the most delicious of all is you're attracting, they're attracting, you're attracting, they're attracting, you're attracting, they're attracting. That's that delicious dance where you understand that each of you has something for each of you. And one idea just springs into another and springs into another, where you just feel ravenous for what's the next thing they want to know. And wouldn't it be lovely if they wanted to know something that you don't yet know? Wouldn't that just be the best teaching experience, where together you take thought beyond that which it has been before? That's co-creation at its best.